Okay, so I have a different video for today. This literally just popped in my head as I was talking to my friend who's in town visiting. She is a PhD in counselor education, and she's in town for a conference. My wife and I have had the pleasure of her staying here for a couple days. So we're actually I told her to bring her bag. We're gonna look through and see what stationery items she has, because I know she has a couple of fountain pens because she was writing with them earlier. So I thought it'd be a unique idea to look through what a traveling PhD carries with them to a conference when they're also a fountain pen user. Here's the bag. Let's get to it. Okay, and this is the bag of a traveling therapist. My friend was in town for a conference. She stopped by, and she's a stationery nerd, so I told her to stop. We're looking through your bag to see what kind of pens and stationery items you have with you. Okay, so this is kind of hard to fit the bag in the camera, so I'm just going to show overhead view, quick look. We'll pull stuff out, and I do have her permission. She is sitting right here to guide through, going through random friend's bag, but let me start pulling some of this out, and I'll cut over to it as I go. Okay, starting out, anybody these days, the work computer, which is a PC, and then the personal computer, which is a MacBook Pro. The conference notebook from the conference she was attending, that's always important. Okay, and according to my friend, random flotsam, laptop chargers, phone chargers, makeup, and adapters for different presentation media, for projectors and whatnot, depending on which computer she's having to use. Okay, lotion, another random power brick, and mints, always important for travel. And now for the big reason why I thought this would be a good idea, the stationery related item. So this is her commonplace book, always travels, a little extra work notebook with a coworker approved borrowing pin, very important for fountain pen people. Her freebie giveaway pin in case she meets a new fountain pen user or someone who's interested. This is the donor for the cause. A general small notebook that needs some new elastic. We're going to help her with that later. Just a couple of little field note size books for general notes. And then the fancy, I just became a doctor gifted leather notebook, which is actually really nice, made in Tennessee. That's a nice little notebook. And then 2 pen cases, and I'll do those separately here in a second. Okay, so as I mentioned before, the giveaway pin is just a little Jen Howe. She says she likes to buy them by the 12-pack to have them to give to friends or, people who ask her when she's using fountain pens. This is the small 3-pin case. And inside we have an Opus 88 demonstrator, an Asveen V126, and an Opus 88 Omar. All 3 of these are a Roshizuku, I believe she said. We've got the purple in this. This looks like Konpeki, which is a perfect ink for the demonstrator. So let me move on to the bigger case. Okay, so in the big pen case, we have Asveen, and then the true juxtaposition, Pelikan M1000. Go figure. Next to, I think the cap is probably worth more than the rest of the pins next to it, but hey, you got to have multiple pins. And then on this side, we have a Mont Blanc 146, a Lamy 2000, Pelikan M805. I believe that is a Jen Howe, a Pelikan M400, and then a TWSBI 580 in what looks like Prussian blue, perhaps, with some sort of shimmer ink in it. Now, she did say, of all these pens, except for this TWSBI, they're all inked in Takasumi. She was just finishing working up on a doctoral dissertation that was just completed recently. We actually gifted her those 2 Opus 88s at the beginning because she had been drooling over ours as we talk, as pen friends do. That was her doctoral gift. But all of these, except for this, were in black because that was the need of the doctoral work and the thesis. So just because you have multiple pens, they all write differently, different styles, different uses. Put the same ink in them if you want. It's personal preference. There's no rules here. You do what works for you. So as you can see, fountain pen people are fountain pen people. We're going to travel with a variety of items. And not necessarily you're going to be traveling with a case of this many pens. But if you want to, and you have the room, go for it. No one's going to judge you. That's the fun thing with fountain pens. Everybody has their own system and how they use it. So thanks for taking a look into my friend Marissa's PhD traveling therapist bag of goodies. as she was traveling for work. Thanks for watching.